This video is for a specific person, the investor who's been burned. You invested with someone, you did your research, or you trusted someone who said they had, and it didn't work out the way it was supposed to. Maybe you lost capital, maybe you lost returns you were counting on, maybe you just lost trust in the whole category. And now you're sitting on capital, either what you recovered or new capital you've built since then, and you're trying to figure out who deserves to be trusted with it. I want to talk to you directly because this conversation is important. First, your skepticism is not a flaw, it's a feature. The investors who get hurt twice are usually the ones who reacted to a bad experience by either swearing off everything or by rushing into the next pitch without applying new criteria. Healthy skepticism, the kind that asks harder questions and expects real answers, is exactly what protects you going forward. The goal is not to stop being cautious. The goal is to direct that caution productively, to know which questions actually reveal something about an operator and which ones are easy to answer convincingly without meaning anything. I covered this in an earlier video, but it bears repeating here, because for someone who's been burned, these questions carry extra weight. Ask them to tell you about their worst deal, not their best one, the one that went sideways. The one where something failed and they had to make a decision about who absorbed the cost. That question tells you more than any pitch deck ever will. The operator who answers it without hesitation, with specifics, with honesty, and without spinning it into a redemption story, is the one who has nothing to hide. The one who deflects or whose every deal was smooth and perfect is telling you something important about how they handle adversity. Ask how they get paid. Does their compensation depend on your returns, or do they earn fees regardless of how you do? The structure of an operator's incentives tells you whose interests they're actually protecting day to day. And if you can speak to current investors, not a testimonial page, not a curated reference, someone who's been through a full cycle with them, including a hard moment, and can tell you what that experience was actually like, I want to tell you what's happened when things got hard for us, because I think you deserve the real answer, not a polished version. We had contractor fraud on one of our properties. A contractor submitted paperwork and progress photos showing a renovation that was progressing. It wasn't. When we discovered it, Flip and I absorbed that loss ourselves, and we paid for the real renovation to get done. Our investors never saw an interruption to their returns. That decision was not written in a contract, it was a choice, and it reflects something I said a long time ago and have held to ever since. My investors come first, not when it's easy, when it's hard. That's when it actually means something. We also had investors through COVID, through 2008, through 2022. In every one of those periods, we paid every investor exactly what is owed them. That's not a promise about the future. It's a track record I can point to and let you evaluate. Here's what I suggest for any investor who's been burned before. Take your time. Don't let urgency push you into a decision. Any operator worth investing with will not pressure you to move before you're ready. If someone is pushing hard for a fast commitment, that's a signal, not a feature. Ask to see the full documents, the PPM, the subscription agreement, the track record, not a summary, the actual documents. If they won't give them to you, walk away. Ask to speak to investors who invested during a difficult period, not just when returns were easy. The 2022 market was hard for a lot of real estate operators. Ask specifically about that period. What happened? How did the team communicate? Were investors paid? And then listen to how the operator talks when things go wrong. Because things always go wrong eventually. The operators who are honest about that, who can describe specific challenges with specific answers, are the ones who've actually been through it. In our next video, we talk about a moment every long-term investor eventually faces, when a prior deal exits and capital comes back. What do the smartest investors do in that moment? If you've been burned before and you want to have an honest conversation about whether Freedom Family Investments is different, go to chatwithfreedom.com. We will connect you with current investors, answer the hard questions, and tell you directly if this is the right fit. I hope this was helpful, and I hope we have the opportunity to work together.